You know, Friendswood, Texas is one of those hidden gems that just doesn't get as much attention like its neighboring cities, but I'm here to tell you, don't sleep on Friendswood. I'm about to share with you the top 5 things that you can do in Friendswood, and we're gonna get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time visiting my channel, first of all, thank you so much for being here. We cover the entire greater Houston area from suburb to suburb, city to city, so you can know exactly what to expect whenever relocating and moving down here to the Houston, Texas region. And if that is the kind of content that you are looking for, hit that subscribe button down below and tap the bell icon so you can be the first to stay up to date about the current market here in the Houston, Texas area. My name is Andrew Lake. I'm with the Life in Houston Realty team, and we get calls and text messages from people just like yourself all the time wanting to relocate here to the Houston, Texas area. So whether you are 9 days out or 9 months out, it does not matter. Feel free to give us a call. I will leave all of my information in the description box down below, and we would be delighted and honored to help you make a smooth transition to the Houston area. Now let's talk about the top 5 things that you can do in Friendswood. All right, so the first thing I want you to know and understand about Friendswood is that it's a tiny little town, all right? So there really isn't a whole lot to do here, but the location of this city makes it prime real estate and everything is close by. So let's talk about some of the things that you can actually do in Friendswood first. And coming in at number 1 is gonna be all about Baybrook Mall. So Baybrook Mall is one of those massive malls right off of 45 and Bay Area. It's super close. What's interesting about Baybrook Mall is it has a Friendswood address, but for some reason it's actually physically located in the city of Houston. Don't ask questions, I don't know the answer to that one. But it has a Friendswood address, so we're gonna go ahead and include in this video because everyone around here or everyone in League City, they all go to Baybrook Mall. So we're gonna include it in this video. But some of the things that you can do at Baybrook Mall, first and foremost, is fine dining and wining, baby. Yes. Fine dining and wining. So we have things like Perry's Steakhouse, Maggiano's, Gloria's, the Rapport, Whiskey Cake. That stuff is delicious. And if you haven't already, check out my Friendswood video because I did cover those extensively. Next up, we have Dave & Buster's. If you want to go out and have some fun with your kids, or maybe if you just want to have some fun on your own without some kids, or you don't have any kids, hey, adults can have fun too. So, you can head out to Dave & Buster's, have a good time, have some drinks, and eat some good food. Next, we have Cinema, Movie, Bar, and Grill. Great place. They have some of those lounge seatings nowadays where you can go ahead and just lounge all the way back, order your food on demand, and watch a great film while you're at it. And then obviously, we have shopping. So Baybrook Mall is actually, it's kind of a hybrid mix. So you have an indoor shopping center and then you have an outdoor lifestyle concept where most of the people pretty much now go nowadays is the outdoor lifestyle. All right, coming in at number 2 on the list is gonna be all about the Timbercreek Golf Club. So if you're looking for a country club to be a part of and you wanna go golfing or you're an avid golfer, this is gonna be your closest golf course to you and you're gonna wanna head out there and go check it out for yourself. Number 3 on the list is gonna be all about recreational sport shooting. So if firearms is your thing, you're in luck here because Friendswood actually has 2 different gun ranges here in the city. We have Best Shot Indoor Gun Range, which is obviously an indoor gun range. It's a pretty decent gun range for being indoors. And that would be located off of 2351, I believe. Highway, or not highway, but it's FM 2351. And then next up we have PSC Outdoor Shooting Club. So PSC is a club, and the Best Shot Indoor Gun Range, I should have said, is public. So anybody can go there. PSC, however, you cannot. It is a club, it's a private gun owners club. So you have to apply for a membership and you got to pay annual dues, which isn't much. I think it's like $300 or $400 a year or something like that. But I am going to tell you, I had a membership there before and it is a phenomenal place. That gun range is amazing. They have, I don't know, maybe over 24 different types of pistol bays you can go to. And the pistol bays are amazing. They have all these different crazy cool targets that you can hit, like steel targets and silhouettes and all kinds of stuff. Then they have long range rifles where, some of them are, I think goes up to 700 yards, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 800. That might be pushing it, but I think it's 700 yards. And then they also have different areas where you can move around. So they have something called a zombie range, which is pretty cool. So if moving and shooting is your kind of thing, then you have a little spot that you can do that with berms surrounding you, of course. And then they also have competition shooting there. And then they have skeet shooting there as well. So if you want to bring your little ones or your kids with you to try to teach them gun safety, or you want to enter them into some skeet competition shooting, you most certainly can do that at PSC. And number 4 on the list is going to be all about, we're going to keep the same thing going here with shooting, Paintball Zone. Paintball Zone is actually located off Dixie Farm and has been around for a very long time. It is a super fun thing to go to. So if you're into paintballing, you definitely want to check out the Paintball Zone. I don't know how many acres they have, but it's a lot of acreage they have out there. Some of it used to be in the woods as well, and they do competitions and have some great fun. And coming in at number 5 on the list is going to be Stevenson Park. Now, beyond the playgrounds, the community pools, and the splash pads and all of that fun stuff that Stevenson Park has to offer, the city also hosts quite a few annual events at Stevenson Park itself, like the Christmas tree lighting, the concerts in the park, just to name a couple. But you want to keep an eye on the City of Friendswood government Facebook page, and they'll be able to keep you up to date of what kind of events they have going on. They have stuff going out there all the time. And beyond things to do out and about in the public, there's also things to keep you busy, like local networking groups, meetup groups, volunteer organizations, church groups, and youth sports clubs. Like I mentioned earlier, Friendswood is a tiny little town, so there's really not a whole lot here to do inside the actual city limits of Friendswood. However, let me show you some pretty awesome things and how close you actually are to other attractions in the surrounding areas. All right, guys, now you can see I have Friendswood pulled up right over here. So we're gonna zoom in and we're gonna go over here to the east side. So this is a very short drive. I mean, you're still right here, 528 Bay Area. You are still in the city of Friendswood, and then now you're over here at 45, a short 5-minute drive, and you are smack over here in the middle of Webster. Webster is one of those areas that just has a ton of things to do. It's not really a residential area, it's mainly commercial. There's just a ton of commercial. So the first thing we're gonna look at is Johnson Space Center, right off of 528 or NASA Road 1. Johnson Space Center, super cool. It is, I don't think this one deserves, or it doesn't need any explanation on what the Space Center is. Super fun time to take your kids to. Definitely want to check that one out. And then of course we're gonna move over here further to the east. We're gonna go to Kemah Boardwalk. So if you've never been to Kemah Boardwalk before, this is one of those areas that you're gonna wanna have some fun. They have Ferris wheels, roller coasters, and it's a super fun time. So here's a good shot of all the different rides you can have. They have trains for the kids. They have tons of really nice food. There's a marina over there. Oh, look, here's a good shot of that wooden roller coaster that's over there. They have some hotels down there as well. You can see right here, super cool spot. And then next with this one just opened. So let me see if I could find it on the map. And it's gonna be Great Wolf Lodge. Here we go. Great Wolf Lodge is another resort water park. It is super cool. They have just opened this, and here's some pictures on the inside of an indoor water park. Very cool for your kids to take them to. But yeah, they just opened this not too long ago, and this is in the city of Webster. So this is a very, very short drive on over. So again, let's see where we're at. So there's 528 Bay Area, 528 and 518. I mean, you're still, you're right here. I mean, it's probably gonna take you max 10 minutes to get there. Next up, we have one of my favorite spots is gonna be Chicken and Pickle. Let me see if I can find it. Where are you, Chicken and Pickle? Here we go. We have Chicken and Pickle. So if you ever played pickleball, I played pickleball for the first time a few months ago, and I loved it. I fell in love with this sport. It was super fun. But Chicken and Pickle is a great place, especially if it's a cool place to take your kids to as well. If you want to bring your kids to them, if you have them. If not, man, if you just really want to have a good time on your own and with some friends or some family. And by the way, these wings right here are some of the best wings I have ever had. They look dry, but I'm telling you, they put the sauce on the side, but oh my goodness, they were so delicious. Their food here, I was super impressed with how delicious their food was. I wasn't expecting their food to be that good because it's kind of like just a pickleball place, but no, this place is super fun. So I highly encourage you to go to pickleball. And then next up we have Top Golf. So if you're into golfing, or if you're not even into golfing like me, I don't really like to golf, but this place is definitely fun. You can have some really nice cocktails and some drinks, and then you can come out here and just hit the ball into one of these holes. It doesn't matter. You get your own little lane with your friends, and you have little competitions with each other. Here's kind of what it looks like right here. Or here's exactly what it looks like. These little balls will pop out. put them on the tee, and you just go to town swinging and try to get something in one of those holes, and then you get some points. But super fun time for a group. We actually rented out a space before and had a big group of our past clients here, all having a great time. The next on the list we're gonna look at is gonna be Main Event. So Main Event is another one that's super close by. So we have Main Event. This is kind of like your arcade area on steroids. It's very similar to Dave & Buster's, except this place has like laser tag, bowling alleys, all kinds of stuff. So here you can see, that's a bowling alley back there, I believe. And then we have a bar area here. And they have tons of pool tables, which is very nice. A lot of birthday celebrations they'll do here, but tons of arcades for the kids. You see a little kid here playing his arcade games. It's really fun time. So I haven't been here personally in a very long time, but I remember when I did used to go, we had some fun for sure. And the next place I want to show you while we are on the subject of things to do for the kids, we have Urban Air. So Urban Air is right here off of 528 and 45. You're gonna go northbound on 45 towards Houston, right? And then we're gonna zoom back in on here. So we have Urban Air Trampoline Park. This place is pretty cool. And if you're an adult and you wanna bring your kids there, whew, man, you're gonna be out of breath. I don't know how these kids do it. I don't know how we used to do it as kids, but you're gonna be out of breath jumping on those dang trampolines trying to keep up with them. But anyway, so they have a go-kart track here, rock climbing, massive ball pit with some little gymnastic rings to kind of hang off of. They have this, it's kind of this little obstacle course you can do with the harness. It's really cool. And so, yeah, and then they have birthday celebrations here. So if you want to rent, this is a great spot actually to rent out a little party room and have a little birthday celebration. But this is super cool. My kids loved it whenever we took them here, and we had a couple birthday parties here. But yeah, definitely take a look at, if you do have kids, this will definitely keep them busy and you want to wear them out before bedtime. This is gonna be your ideal spot. All right, next we have the Clear Lake area. So we have Clear Lake, here's South Shore Harbor, I just clicked on by mistake, but you can go there too. So we have Clear Lake. Right over here is going to be Clear Lake Park. This is gonna be where your closest boat launch or public boat ramp is gonna be right in this area. So Clear Lake, you know, great for fishing, great for water sports and boating and different fun activities. Kind of want to just leisurely, just kind of, you know, boat along, go for it. You most certainly can do that in Clear Lake. If you want to get down to the Galveston Bay, you can cross over the 146 bridge and you'll be right into there on the Galveston Bay side. Or if you just kind of want to coast around the lake and have a good time, you most certainly can do that as well. Clear Lake Park is going to be your closest boat ramp to get there. And then the next thing I want to talk about is nightlife. So if nightlife is your thing and you're wanting a place to go hang out during the weekends or have some good time, have some drinks with some friends, let me show you some good spots of where you can do that. Coming in at number one is going to be Preamble Craft Cocktail Lounge. This is kind of a hole-in-the-wall place right off of 45 and 528, but super chill spot. I actually really like this spot. I'd prefer to go to an area where it's a little more relaxed and not so rowdy and rough, not so loud, but it's kind of it's just a cocktail lounge. I mean, they will show a game, and it's a small little place. So you can see how it's not that big, right? But there's not a lot of people, and I like that. I like a smaller, more intimate setting than I do a very large type of crowd, but to each their own. Oh, that looks delicious. But yeah, so check out Preamble if you're ever in the area. And next on the list, we're gonna have Little Woodrow's. So Little Woodrow's is really right next to the Urban Air Trampoline Park. They just opened up too. This place is massive and it's huge. It's one of those little rough and rowdy crowds. And so if you're, if you're okay with being around a lot of people, but look how big this place is. This is all outside. Check this out. All these different screens to watch the games. It's huge. I mean, this place is massive. So tons of space out here. You can see how big this is, how many screens they have. So if you want to come out here and watch the game, drink some beers, have a good time with some friends. They actually have, let me see if I can pull this up. You can't really tell in the picture, but there's a little blue area right here. It's kind of like a taco truck, but it's really like a burger slider bar. Super delicious. I actually had some of theirs not too long ago. and it was a very delicious slider. So make sure you check out Little Woodrow's if you're ever in the area and you want something a little bit less intimate. Next on the list, we have McIntyre's out in Webster, which is right off of NASA Road 1. So NASA Road 1 is basically 528, just turns into NASA Road 1 once you cross over into 45. So McIntyre's is very similar concept to Little Woodrow's. So you can see, let's check out some pictures. So you can see the same thing almost, right? So big screens outside, tons of little heating lamps out there, covered patio outside. And then we have some lounges and seating and different couches and hangout spots and all kinds of fun stuff. So very similar concept as Little Woodrow's. So if you're wanting to kind of, just go back and forth between the two just to figure out which one you like, or if one is too busy, you want another spot that's not as busy, hey, McIntyre's is a fun place to go to. Next up, we have La Brisa's Mexican Bar and Grill. So I'm going to include this on here because it's very similar as McIntyre's and Little Woodrow's, because they just did a massive renovation. Now, La Brisa's is actually in League City, right off of 45. So you're gonna have to drive just a little bit more. So obviously, look, it's not too far. So we have 528 here, and then boom, straight shot down into La Brisa's once you make your little U-ey down here at 518. But La Brisa's has some really good Tex-Mex food, and it's super delicious there. I've had it myself plenty of times. Like you see their fajitas, but they just redid their outside. Let me see if I can find some pictures. Here's a nice photo of the outside. We have a 360 view of screens around the entire bar, which is really cool. And then let me see if I can find more better shots of what all of the outside looks like. It's very similar to Little Woodrow's and McIntyre's, but I'm sure you guys get the idea. They have tons of green space out there, putt-putt, all kinds of stuff. Here we go. Yep, see, kind of same concept, just kind of chilling around the fires, checking out the screens. Then we have an indoor bar, outdoor bar, obviously, and that looks delicious. Some Tex-Mex food there. Ooh, I'm getting kind of hungry. Might need to wrap up this video. So I wanted to include La Brisa's because it is very similar to the bars that we just covered, and it is a Tex-Mex restaurant. So now you have an idea of what you can do in and around the city of Friendswood. And if you're looking for that small town vibe with a ton of things to do with the top rated school district and super close to all of the attractions and all that fun stuff, this is an ideal spot for you to call home. And if you are currently researching Friendswood and what the city has to offer, make sure you check out my Friendswood vlog tour, where we take you around the entire city of Friendswood, show you things to do, places to eat, all that fun stuff. And then we even take you on some community tours. So we tour some amazing neighborhoods and amazing properties. Yes, we actually get inside some of these homes. So if you want to go on some home tours with me, make sure you check out that video. I will leave a link somewhere up here. And if you can't find it, you can also go to my playlist, go to my playlist section on my YouTube channel page, and then you can go to Living in Friendswood, and it'll be right there. It'll be underneath the Living in Friendswood. We go into great detail about what it's like living in the city of Friendswood, so you'll definitely want to watch that video before you make any sort of commitment. And hey, I truly hope you found value in this video, and if you did, hit that subscribe button down below and tap the bell icon so you can be the first to stay up to date with the current market here in the Houston, Texas region. Like I mentioned earlier, if you are relocating to the Houston, Texas area in the future, please reach out to us. I'll leave all my information in the description box down below, and I would be so delighted and so honored and so happy to help you make a smooth transition here to the Houston, Texas area. Signing off for now, until next time.